good afternoon, dear teacher and classmates. Today I am going to talk about two sleep disorders that I have experienced most nights. First, insomnia. I can say that I have insomnia since I am at high school, and it is always difficult for me to sleep at a specific time. Because while I try to close my eyes and fall asleep, anything comes to my mind and I cannot sleep. I have read that it is common to have insomnia due to problems and concern, but when I do not have them, it is also difficult for me to fall asleep. Although I must say that in the afternoons I always sleep for an hour, and perhaps this is also a reason for not being able to sleep in the night. But I got used to it. Nightmares. More than nightmares, what I have experienced several nights is something much more scary than that. It is called sleep paralysis. It is when something paranormal occurs while your mind is aware but your body is not, and that is why you cannot move. People say that this happens when you have a lot of stress and when you have sleep disorders, but I think it is something else. Today, I am going to tell you about the most horrified experience that has happened to me with sleep paralysis, which at the same time is like the worst nightmare that I have ever had. I have only told my mom. It usually happens to me when I fall asleep on my back. There was a week that I had sleep paralysis every day, and you believe it or not, all had something in common. At first, I felt a huge fear, and that's when I felt that it was sleep paralysis, but I was very afraid to pay attention to what was looking at me. In the right corner of my bed, in front of me, I saw a spectrum of a standing man of tall stature and white texture. I could only look like a shadow, but he was looking at me and he did not stop doing it. When I managed to move, he disappeared. The same thing happened the next night, and my fear was that I would look at the same spectrum, but on the left corner of my bed in front of me. He would look at me and would not stop doing it. Was several nights with the same sleep paralysis, but the surprising thing it was what happened to me the last night I had that sleep paralysis with the same spectrum. He was no longer standing on the corners of my bed, but I felt a huge chill all over my body, and a great fear to feel that he was sitting next to me. I tried with all my strength to move and close my eyes and to go away, but it was impossible. Every second I felt more fear, but the ghost approached my ear, and with a very thick and terrifyingly gloomy voice he began to speak to me. I did not understand what he was saying to me, because it did not seem my language, but surely it was some message that tried to tell me. And that was the last night I had an encounter with the ghost of the man in sleep paralysis, and until today I have not had another similar scary experience. Thank you so much.